not recording. That way we make sure we include our PSD guys in this, okay? So tomorrow will be our last session until after the holiday break. All right, everybody understands that? We break tomorrow, and then we come back next Wednesday is the way this will work. The three of you that are on here right now, we will be together tomorrow for shop. Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Hove told you that or not, but he's been teaching out of the school building, and apparently they're shutting off the power tomorrow or something. Did he mention that to you?
Yeah,
No,
he did. Yeah.
He did mention it. Okay. All right, good. Okay. So you guys and gals were given a quiz or test on Friday. Okay, as it doesn't count for anything, does anyone want to go over it? Anybody have any concerns about any of the questions? These questions were coming out of the book. Okay, so it's what's going to be on the test. All right, anybody want to go over anything?
We good.
You good? Malachi?
Yeah.
Megan?
I'm good.
Megan, you good? Where's Megan?
Yep.
You good? Everybody's good. All right, so then let me get out of here. Let me go back to here. I'm going to hit present now. Okay, and let's get right to it. Okay, now listen, I usually take this till we get a break in the book. I have a sore throat and an earache, and not that I have the, I don't know, it's probably allergies. I had a call on my doctor, and the way they're doing doctor calls right now is they're calling back. So somewhere between 2:45 and 3 o'clock, I'm going to give a call. So if I happen to get that call, then we'll just log off. But we might be done by then anyway. I've been putting you guys through one piece of something and then letting it go. Now, out on Classroom, I have added the next pages. I think we're up to page 61 or something like that out on Classroom now. So that is up to you guys and gals to organize that and keep that in a folder on your computer somewhere. So you have all these pages. There's 87 pages in this chapter, so we're getting close to the end with that. Okay, any questions on that?
No.
No questions. Okay, let me go back one page. All right, so we finished with the struck by referencing the trenching. Caught between referencing by trenching, but we're still on caught between, and now we're going to go tool and machine guarding. Okay, so how does the tool and machine guarding come into play with caught between? Think about the tools you got. Think about the tools you got in the shop. Okay, we got tools in the shop, right? What do we got? What do we got in the shop? Anybody?
What you mean?
What kind of tools we got in the shop?
Power tools.
Power tools, okay. So can we get caught between any of them?
Yeah, but not like us, but our fingers or something.
Yeah, well, we can. We can lose a finger over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, some of those tools, you don't see them because they're below, but they have motors, and the motors are driven by a belt. So if we didn't have a cover around the belt, all right, what could possibly happen? Come on, someone's going to respond to me, right? Don't let me do all the work here. What can happen? Nobody?
Can you repeat what you said?
I said if we had a motor being pulled, if we had a motor being pulling the power tool, okay, and we take the cover off, what could possibly happen?
It could be more dangerous if you take the cover.
Tell me why.
Because, like you said, if you take the cover off, it's less protection.
Okay, here's one. Here's perfect.
The cover is what more than it is.
Okay, look at the picture I brought up, guys, gals. What do you see?
2 wheels.
Okay, you see 2 pulleys, and what do you see here?
A band.
Name.
Well, they're belts. They're belts. And what are the belts doing? This is the motor. So this motor is doing what?
It helps the other to make more.
It's driving whatever this piece is here. Here you go. Here's a picture here. Okay? This is a pump. Okay? This is a pump. The motor, there's the belt right there. The motor is driving the pump to make the pump work, correct?
Yes.
Just like we have on our saw, okay, over Mercy East, if we took the cover off, okay, we would see the belt, right? So now, here I am with no cover on this belt, okay, and I bend over, and Megan, sometimes you have your hair tied up, right? You got one of them bows or something in there. So you bend over and that bow gets caught in that belt. Tell me about it.
It can basically rip your hair out.
Okay, or
out.
yeah, or basically pull your face into that turning device, can it?
Yes.
That wouldn't be a pretty thing, would it?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that would not be a pretty thing at all. Okay, we wear loose clothing. Okay, we wear loose clothing. All right. What if a piece of clothing gets caught?
It pulls you in.
It could pull you in. Anybody notice anything about the new lanyards that were given to us last year for our IDs?
They're breakaway.
They're breakaway. Why do you think they're breakaway?
Because it has stuff like this in our shop or other shops that can.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not taking the credit, but it was actually my idea, okay, to do that. All right, for that particular reason. If you're bending down, okay, and you get caught in something, the lanyard's going to break away. If it didn't break away, what would probably happen? You'd probably choke to death. Okay, who wants to choke to death? Anybody?
No.
Sam? Malachi?
No.
That's what I thought. Nobody wants to choke to death. Okay? So the breakaway lanyard gives us that strength. So when we have a piece of equipment like this, okay, and we do have these across in the shop, okay, what is required? A machine guard. Okay, and the machine guard will go over this piece here. Let me see if I can find one here. Machine guard, gird. Okay. Let me find one I can look at here. Okay, here's a lathe, right? And we all know how a lathe works because Mr. Hogue has a small one over there, right? And the piece turns. So where are all the turning parts? Where's all the turning parts? I'm pointing to it. Can you see any of the turning parts? No. Because it is guarded. Look at this piece of equipment here. There's a whole machine. There's a conveyor in here. This looks like some sort of a wrapper. You see the roller up here? Okay. This is a wrapper of some sort. Okay. You see the roller? You see where I'm pointing? Okay. This turns. This conveyor in here turns. I wish I could get a better shot. I think because I put that word gird in there by accident, it messed me up. Let me go back here. Yeah, oh, look at that. Beautiful. This one's even better. What do you see?
A gate.
You see a gate, you see well, we call it a machine guard, a gate, whatever we want to call it, okay? And there's your motor, and then there's your drive, that whatever this is. This looks like some kind of a cardboard compactor. So this is crushing cardboard or something like that. So what is across the motor? A guard, gate, whatever you want to call it. That's fine by me. All right. You guys hear me talking motor controls from time to time. Okay. This guard or gate can be set up that I could put a switch along here somewhere. Okay. And when I take the guard off, the switch would open or close, and if the switch opens or closes, okay, it would shut off the entire system to the motor. Therefore, I wouldn't even be able to turn this motor on if that guard was off. That's called an interlock. All right, you're not required to remember that word, but it's called an interlock. All right, and the purpose of that would be to keep the guard or gate the guard or gate from allowing the motor to run when that gate is off. Is that a good thing? It is. Okay. You see this guy here? See this guy on point new? Okay.
Yeah.
This looks like some kind of a cutter. All right. See the caution tape, right? And it looks like some kind of a cutter that this comes down and crushes or presses or cuts or something. You see all these these green lines here? This is what's called a curtain. All right, there's an I-beam here, and there's an I-beam here, and this is a curtain, and you really don't see that. That's just the lights or the rays going back and forth. And if you were to put your hand across that curtain, what do you think's going to happen, Megan?
It automatically will warn someone, probably.
Better than that, it'll shut the machine off. Okay? Yeah, it'll warn, but it'll shut the machine off. If someone puts their hand across here, it'll actually shut the machine off. Okay, that type of thing. Look at this guy. Look at the shear. Okay, he's holding a piece of wood or metal. Okay, and this is a cutting device. You see the guard?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you don't want to get your fingers too close to that guard. So this is what machine guarding is all about. All right, look, they come in all different shapes and sizes. Depends on the motor, depends on the operation, that type of thing. There's a simple one right there. That's not even what they're showing, but I'm going to use that. Is that a machine guard? It's a fan. Does that need to have a machine guard? But what happened if I didn't have a guard around that fan, Sam? Where's Sam? We got to wake him up again?
Oh, my fault. I was on mute.
Yeah.
Somebody could put their hand through it.
Yeah. Well, you put your hand near the fan, what's going to happen? You're going to lose a couple fingers, are you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So there's a simple machine guard right there. All right. So let me get back to here. All right. And we're talking about machine guards. All right. Okay, right here, all tools and machines, etc. Now I want to move forward. Okay, there's a saw. All right, machine with a guard. Okay, you can't see that picture very well, but that is looks like some kind of a saw or a miter saw, where you don't see any of the moving parts. All right, think about the tools that Mr. Hove has across the street. Okay, every one of them has a guard or a cover around it. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Just so we know that. All right. There's a list of the tools. Nothing that we shouldn't have to do. Know a little bit about this. Read this. Read about machine guarding. They didn't make a big deal about it. It's about 4 paragraphs. Okay. Right here, do not remove a guard from a tool or machine except for cleaning purposes, or change blades, etc., etc. Okay, so do not remove except for cleaning purposes or to change a blade. So what do you think we should do if we're changing the blade or we're cleaning it?
Turn the machine on.
Okay, turn it off. Anything better than that, Sam?
Wait, you said to clean it?
Yeah, to clean it or to change the blade. What can I do better than just turning it off?
Unplug the whole thing.
Unplug the whole thing. Cool. Yeah. If we unplug it, then we don't have that problem. Now, if it's a large piece of equipment, okay, if it's a large piece of equipment and it's not unpluggable because it has some sort of a switch, a disconnect switch, what do we do to the disconnect switch, Malachi?
Do you say? Can you repeat your question?
What do we do with the disconnect switch?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Anybody? Come on, people, you all had this once. What do we do with the disconnect switch?
What you mean by disconnect switch?
All right, I'll show you one. There's a disconnect switch right there. You've seen these before. Okay, this disconnect switch is on the big piece of equipment. What can we do with it, Megan?
Yes?
What can we do with that disconnect switch if that's what's powering our equipment? We need to make changes to the machine. We need to clean it or we need to change blades. And it has a big disconnect switch like this. What do we do with the disconnect switch?
You can turn it on and off.
Okay, so once we turn it on or off, which way are we going to do it if we're going to change the blades?
Yep.
Yep. If we're going to change the blades, are we going to turn it on or are we going to turn it off?
I'm gonna turn it off.
Okay, so what do we do once we turn it off?
That's when you can change the blade.
Yeah?
But I would.
Megan, remind me to collect your OSHA card back from you. Nobody remembers, do they? Well, this is sad. This is really sad. This is really sad.
It would put lockout. Yeah.
Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
There's your disconnect switch right there. Okay? Disconnect switches. What do I do to them? There you go. There's perfect. There's a good picture. There's a good picture right there.
It warns the person that you're logging it, that you have it.
What else does it do besides warning the person now, okay? What else does it do?
What, lockout, tag out?
Yeah, Megan says it warns the person.
Yeah, that's about all.
That's about all?
And if y'all-
The other people around you know what you're doing.
Hey, people, somebody put a lock on here.
It doesn't let you turn it on.
You cannot turn it on. Thank you, Sam. Okay? We put a lock on this. Okay? As a matter of fact, I got my bag right here. Hang on. Let me open my bag. What I got in my bag? Everybody see that?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a lockout tag out.
It's a lockout tab. Well, it's a padlock with a key. And it looks almost like this one right here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's same thing, but that's purple. This is red. That's all. Okay, here goes my cat. She's hiding because the other cat was in there with her. Okay, she just went to her other spot, but that's okay. Hey, honey. All right, so lockout, tag out. Okay, what's it do, Sam?
It doesn't allow you to turn it back on.
Doesn't allow anyone to turn it back on. Let's look at this. Okay, let's say we didn't put this on here. Okay, and Sam, you're underneath the machine and you're changing the blades on the machine. Okay.
Yeah.
You're underneath the machine changing blades, and Malachi comes along and he says, "Oh snap, the machine's off," and he flips that switch up. What's going to happen?
The machine gonna turn back on and I'm gonna get hurt.
You're going to get hurt. Yeah. Okay, that's a bad thing. Okay. OSHA, remember OSHA? Lockout, tag out. What's the acronym for it? Lotto. LOTO. Okay.
Yeah.
LOTO is Lotto. All right. Lock out, tag out. They don't get too heavy duty in this with this machine guarding, but you know me, I like to go over things, okay, and make sure that we remember things we've done in the past. Now, real quick, look at this bad boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locks. Why are there 5 locks on that box, Sam?
Huh?
Why are there 5 locks on that box?
I don't know. I don't really know.
Megan? Where's Megan?
Yep.
Why is there 5 locks on that box?
Because it's for each person.
For each person working on the equipment, yes. 5 locks means there's 5 people working on that machine. So what that means is that if Malachi's done his part, he takes this lock off. And Megan's done her part, she takes this lock off. And Sam's done this part, and he takes this lock off. And Mr. Schmidt's done this part, and he takes that lock off. What does that mean? That means we got to wait for the principal to come and take his lock off, or whoever's on there. Okay? Maybe Jacob Ben Arbob. All right? But what that's doing is that is preventing that machine from getting turned back on until everyone removes their lock. Does everyone understand that?
Yes.
Okay, we all good with that? Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do this today. I'm supposed to be doing this now. How do I do this? Oh, right here? Is that how I do it? Yeah, there you go. Now I got everybody on the screen. That's pretty cool. All right, I can see everybody now, but that's okay. So I'm going to go back to here. You know, Sam, you're not as good looking as Malachi, so you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean, Sam?
I'm not gonna go up. I need a haircut.
You need a haircut. Yeah, we all probably need haircuts by the time this is done. Okay, we'll all be lining up in cars.
Yeah.
When this is over, okay, to get haircuts and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Okay, so lockout, tag out. All right, machine guarding. Yeah, you're changing blades, you're changing bits, you're changing anything. Make sure the machine is disconnected the best you can. All right, and the best way to do that is lockout, tag out. Any other questions on that? Good. And so far now, we've had falls, struck by, and caught by. And now we're going to do electrical hazards. So what are those 4 things called? Come on, guys. We did this last week.
Focus 4.
Who said that?
Megan.
You're absolutely correct. Focus 4. That is what OSHA calls it. Okay? Why do you think they're focusing in on these 4 concerns, Megan?
Because they are the main problem.
Because they're super dangerous, yes, and they could be the main problems. Absolutely. Okay? So look at this right here. 34,000 deaths due to electrocution. That's an ouch. Okay? It's bad enough we got this virus going around, but you know what? 34,000 more people died because they got electrocuted. All right? That's not a good thing. Okay? Not a good thing. So, some of the things, electrocution. Now, you know I'm going to be very upset if you can't answer my questions here. Okay, we got burns, shocks, explosions, falls caused by electric shock, and fires. Well, what do you mean falls caused by electric shock? Okay, I believe I have used the story before where when I used to teach postgraduate school, I had a student, school got out around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had a lot of my students would go to work because they're guys with families and things like that. And one day this guy went to work and he was up on a scaffold. He was 22 feet on a scaffold and he was pulling a metal fish. We all know what a fish tape is by now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we all know what a fish tape is. And he was pulling a metal fish tape through a conduit. And you have 2 hands, right? So he was pulling the fish with one hand and he was holding onto the metal conduit with the other hand so he wouldn't fall off. All right. Well, he wasn't tied off. Now, what do we read a little while ago about being tied off? Anything over 10 feet, we need to be tied off. So here's this guy up there pulling this metal fish, and the fish got stuck in the conduit. So he starts pulling at it, pulling at it, pulling at it. Since it's metal, what do you think it did? It cut through one of the wires in the conduit. Okay? So if he cut through an electric wire in the conduit and the fish is metal, what's going to happen?
It's gonna conduct electricity.
It's going to conduct electricity. And his other hand is on the conduit. And the conduit's grounded. So what's electricity need to do? Where's the path? Okay? Has to take the path to ground, right? So if the fish is here and it's coming up through his hand and it's going through here and it's going through his body, actually through his heart, okay, and he's holding on to the conduit, all right, he's being electrocuted, right? And he's 22 feet in the air and he wasn't tied off. What do you think happened?
He got blown away.
He got tossed to the ground. What do you think happens when you fall 22 feet, Malachi?
You die.
You get injured, but yeah, he hit his head. He died. He did not die from the electrocution. He died from the fall. Okay, true story. And he had a 3-year-old little girl at home. That sucks, don't it? But that's the way it is. Okay? So it's important to remember these things. Falls by electric shock and fires. Okay? So from 1992 to 2002, because this book's a couple years old, I guess, 47,000 non-fatal injuries, including 18,000 burns and 29,000 electrical shocks. Well, that's a lot of people getting messed up. Okay, that's a lot of people getting messed up, right? So, what do you think he should have done, the guy working on the scaffold? Tell me a couple of things you think he could have done to prevent this accident.
He could have tied himself off.
Could have tied himself off, okay. He would have still got electrocuted, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, maybe he could have used a different fish.
Okay, they do make a fiberglass fish, Malachi. So if we use the fiberglass fish, it is non-conductive, so I would agree with you on there. What else could he have possibly done?
Maybe wore rubber gloves or something.
Okay, wear rubber gloves. Sam, how about you? What do you got to say about all this?
I don't really have nothing to say. Malachi said it all.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
No. Megan?
Yeah.
One thing Malachi missed. What else could we have possibly done to prevent this accident?
Wear a hard hat?
No.
Well, wear a hard hat, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna back up a minute here. He was pulling a fish through a conduit that had live, energized wires. Now, I want to ask the question again. What could he have done?
Turn the power off?
Hey, what do you think? What do you think that would have done?
Wait. Where is he doing it?
I'm listening. What's that?
Where is he doing it? Like in the street?
Oh, he's 22 feet up in the air. Okay. Would you have turned the power off if you could? I would. I certainly would have. Okay? Absolutely. Shut the power off. Okay? There's no need to get in these situations, okay? And I'll tell you what most people do. Everybody understands what a conduit is, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to bring one up here just in case our friends at PSD get confused with this when I'm showing it to them. I'm going to put electric undo it with wires. Okay, and let me see if I can get some kind of a cool image here. Okay, and I didn't really get what I wanted, but you know what? This one's not bad. Let me see what else we got here, guys and gals. Okay, bing, bam, boom. And there's a fish right there. This is a fiberglass fish. Everybody sees?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a fiberglass fish. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this guy here. Okay. Where the heck was it? Did I lose it? I did. Oh, I did. How did I lose it? Oh, here, this guy. Okay, so look at the number of wires in there. Okay, so let's remember our electrical theory. Okay, white is what? White is neutral, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and green is ground or grounding,
Yes.
and then any other color is a hot conductor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a black, I got a blue, I got a red, and I got another black, right?
Yes.
How many hot conductors in there?
4.
2.
4. Okay, that means there's at least 4 different circuits running through that conduit. So what I would disconnect. Okay, I would disconnect the all the power to that. Now, where I was going with this was the other thing that you can do, and a lot of guys do this. Okay, when you're pulling these wires, you see that this wire is actually bigger than some of the other wires, and I'm not saying that's the real case here. But what guys do sometimes is when they're pulling the circuits through a conduit, they'll pull an extra wire, and they'll mark the wire spare at the end of the run. Therefore, if I had to pull a new wire, okay, first of all, I have a spare that I could utilize, correct?
Yeah.
But if I had to pull a whole circuit, if I had to pull a white and a black, or a white and a purple, whatever color they decide to throw in there, okay, and I only have one spare, what can I do? I can set up my white and black at the one end of the conduit, okay? I can find my spare, identify it on both ends, connect the spare to the new white and black, and then what am I going to do, Megan?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Are you paying attention, I hope?
Somewhat.
Somewhat, okay. So if I found one spare, but I got to pull 2 more wires through, what can I do, Megan? I took the spare wire and I connected it to a new black and a new white. Now what am I going to do?
Not too sure.
Not too sure. Anybody? No. I'm going to connect the blue and the black and the white, the new black and the white, to the spare, and I'm going to pull the spare out. And when I'm pulling the spare out, what am I doing, Malachi? What am I doing?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Nobody? Oh my goodness. I'm pulling 1 wire out and 2 wires in. So if I'm connecting the 2 wires to the end of the 1 wire, what am I going to do? Sam?
You said.
I just said it.
You pulled the other one out.
Right. If I'm pulling this wire out, what am I doing to the other 2 wires, to the black and the white? I'm pulling them in because I connected to the other end.
Okay, more attention later on.
Who's talking there?
No.
That's your mom? Hey, Mom, how are you?
Good. Sorry
Good.
about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. That's okay. All right, we gotta wake him up. We gotta wake him all up. We gotta get this. We gotta get through
No,
this.
I'm listening. I don't get. I don't
Okay.
get-
All right, so if I'm pulling one wire through, now I gotta find the goofy thing. Here you go. So if I'm pulling one wire out, I'm pulling the two new wires in.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a safe way to do it? Sure is, because now I didn't have to put a fish through there at all. And if I had the room, and if I was smarter than a fifth grader, when I'm pulling the new black and white through, I would pull a third wire through, or I would pull a string through. Why would I do that, Megan? Hello? Why would I do that? Besides the black and the white, why would I pull a third wire or pull a string? Oh, come on, people.
Just in case one wire mess up.
Well, yeah, or now I got another pull wire for another time, don't I, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, you guys, you get me a little nervous here. You get me a little nervous, but that's okay. All right, so let's go back to here. All right. And let's go back to this page. All right, so we just talked a lot about electrical hazards and what can happen on a job site. Okay. The other biggie that can happen on job sites. Now, I've said this 943,000 times. What do we do with power equipment every day?
You inspected.
What do we inspect?
To see if it's working.
See if it's working? Okay, what else?
To see
bare
if
wire.
it's safe.
Okay, what are you saying, Megan?
Wire that's exposing through the.
Okay, make sure there's no exposed wires. If it is a power saw, or if it's a corded drill, or if it's even an extension cord that we're running on a job site, what do we do to that? Check to make sure there's no nicks in the cable, correct?
Yes.
Okay, make sure there's no nicks on the cable. Okay, and let's go back to here. Okay, what happens here? Anything to inspect there, people?
What you mean?
Anything you want to inspect?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
Ben?
What, Megan?
Probably if it's Ben.
If it's bent. Okay, let's think about the shop, because I know for a fact there's a couple of these in your shop on the first floor. What has someone done? Someone has taken this piece here, and what have they done with it?
Take it out.
What is it?
Someone took it out.
They broke it off. You're all home right now, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do any of you still have two-prong receptacles in your walls?
No.
Okay. Uncle's not even with us.
I have an extension cord that's 2-prong.
Okay, you have an extension cord that's two-prong, but do you have a receptacle in your wall that's two-prong?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, well, my mom said yeah, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring one up right here.
It's not our house, so.
Okay, so it's grandmom's or Aunt Sally's or somebody else's house. That's okay.
It's a run house.
But look at this. Look at this. What is that?
2-prong.
Two-prong. Don't have that guy in it, right?
No.
These still exist. Okay? These still exist out there. Okay? Now, if I had a 3-prong plug, what do I do? Cut it off? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
No.
Okay? Obviously, we can't use this receptacle as it is. Okay? They do make an adapter. No, that's not even an adapter. I don't know what that is. All right? I'm not sure what that is. Because that has a prong there. All right? Let me see if I can find an adapter. Yeah, right here. Here's an adapter. You can still buy these at Home Depot. It's two prongs here, okay, and then it's 3 prongs on the other end. You see the green piece here? I really don't like using these. This green piece here, you're supposed to take that screw out right there. That green piece will match up to that screw. Then you put the screw back in, and then if the box is grounded, then you got a good ground. I don't want to get into the theory of that again, guys and gals. That would be for an electrical class at another time, okay? But these still exist, and the last thing you want to do is, what happened here? The last thing you want to do is cut that prong off, because that's the only way to get it to work. And now I'm telling you right now, I do know there's some of these in the shop. Okay, it was in my intentions sometime by the end of the year. Okay, I bought a whole box. I bought a whole box of nails, and it was my intention by the end of the year that we're going to replace those. All right. Unfortunately, right now we're in a situation where that can't happen. So it is what it is. All right. But does everybody understand where I'm going with this? All right. You inspect your tool. If that piece is broken off, what are you supposed to do with it, Malachi? Hello, Malachi. Hello. What are you supposed to do? Hey, listen, guys. I'm doing this for you to get you to pass this test.
Well, I had to get my charger because my computer is about to die.
Well, you should have came prepared, but that's okay. All right? But I'm doing this for you guys. So if this piece is broken off, what do we do?
Can you get a replacement or
Somebody tell me. What do you want to do with it? You want to replace it? Sure, you can do that. Yeah, but for the time being, what do we do?
Can't
Don't use it. I would not use it, Sam. No, because now you're losing the grounding to it. Okay, so we are not going to use that tool. Okay, as is. All right, because it's not grounded. If something goes to ground and it decides it wants to give someone a shock, it's going to give someone a shock because the grounding conductor is missing and it will not go back to ground the way it is designed to do that. All right, where we at here? Gotta wait for this page to change. Okay, so the least resistance, we did that. All right, right here, we're going to stop here. Now, I want to say something before we go on. All right, I have volunteered with Miss Glass to do this class so you guys and gals can take your NCCER test and be done with it. Sam and Malachi, you can do it again another time if you want. I don't care. Okay, I will never go through this type of a procedure again to get you there. All right, Megan, if you want to get your certification, you got 2 months to do this. All right, I am putting my extra time into this to help you guys and gals. I'm not sure I'm getting enough participation that I want. Okay, we will have class tomorrow. You will have a couple days to decide if you want to continue this or not, as we have a week off before we start up again. You now have 60 pages of the book in your possession. Just a minute, Sam, and I hope Mom's still listening, Sam, but I highly recommend that in the next week when you're off, you guys and gals bring out these pages and read them. What's the question, Sam?
No, I'm just like I'm listening and participating.
Okay, but it seems like when I call on some of you guys, you're in outer space. You're not right with it. Okay, I know.
I didn't answer because you said Malachi and Megan.
Okay, well, no, but when I called on you a couple times, I didn't get an answer either. Okay, that's why I started calling on you by name. Okay, that's why I started your call. So let's take a deep breath. Everybody takes a deep breath. All right, and we get this squared away. and we come back tomorrow. We ask questions, whatever we got to do. All right. Then you have a week to read some of this if you're not sure of certain things, wherever we leave off. Okay, and then you got a week. You go through the book on your own. There's no reason why you can't go through this book on your own. Okay, you got it. I sent you the pages on Classroom, and I'll probably send you the rest of the book over the holiday when I have some time to do it. Because I usually get up early in the morning and have my coffee, and I'll do some pictures and stuff. I'll do some copying, stuff like that. All right. So we're going to leave it there for today. All right. 10-2 is right here. I will have the class tomorrow. Your 12:30 class. Okay, and then what maybe we'll do is when that 12:30 class is done, I'll give you a 15-minute break, and then we'll come right back and we'll start this. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, Megan, we good?
Yep.
Good idea?
Mm.
Okay, I will see you
All right.
guys and gals tomorrow. Get out of here. Let me go find, I gotta find this thing, right? What do I do here? Sign off here? I gotta stop presenting, I guess. Okay, stop presenting. All right, there we go. What happened? I don't know what happened. Okay. And then we're gonna log off. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Good night.